Imagine being in labor, screaming in pain, and your husband walks out because an 80-year-old woman promised him a visa and a luxury life. He thought he won. He had no idea what was coming. This is the story of Lucy. Lucy was 9 months pregnant. That morning, she woke up suddenly. A sharp pain hit her stomach. Then another, stronger, deeper. Her fingers clenched the bedsheet. "Alex," she cried out. No response. Another contraction. Worse. "Alex." Silence. Her chest tightened. "Please," she whispered. Then, footsteps.
Alex, please, where
Fast.
are you?
The door opened. Alex stood there. Lucy froze. Something felt wrong. He wasn't in home clothes. No. Suit. Shoes. Hair perfect.
Okay.
He looked like he was leaving.
Relax.
Not staying. "Help me. I'm in
Alex,
labor,"
please
she
help me. I
cried.
can't do this.
Alex rushed to
I can't
her.
do this.
"It's okay.
Okay.
I've got
I'm
you."
here.
But his
Stand up.
voice,
Yeah.
cold, distant.
Alex,
He helped her up. They stepped into the sitting room, and Lucy saw it. 2 travel bags.
You're leaving
Packed.
now?
Ready. She stopped.
I'm sorry.
"Alex," she whispered.
Baby,
"Where are you
don't
going?"
go.
His phone rang.
promise.
He froze.
Please don't.
Picked up.
Alex,
"Hello."
please, don't
Then,
leave me.
a voice.
Hello?
A woman. "I'm outside.
coming.
Hurry
I'm
up.
outside.
We're late for our flight."
Hurry up.
Lucy's heart dropped. "Flight." Alex turned slightly. "Okay, sweetie. I'm coming." "Sweetie?" Lucy's breath caught. "Alex," her voice trembled. He didn't look at her. "I'm sorry. I have to go." Everything went still. "Please," she cried.
can't
"I'm in
do
pain."
this.
He walked toward
Please,
the door,
Alex, don't leave
then
me.
stopped. Came
It's
back.
over.
Dropped a letter on the table. "I wanted you to read this later."
Leaving?
Honk.
Now?
The horn blasted. Sharp. Impatient.
But the baby,
Alex
don't
grabbed his
go.
bags.
I'll come back,
"Alex,
I
please."
promise.
Lucy cried, her
Please,
voice
Alex,
cracking as she
don't
struggled to
leave
stand.
me.
She reached for his
It's
hand,
over.
but he pushed her away. Lucy lost her balance. Her body hit the floor. A sharp pain shot through her. She screamed. "Aya!" Tears streamed down her face as she lay there. Helpless. Broken. She watched him walk out. Just like that. No hesitation. No looking back. Lucy dragged herself slightly, her body shaking, and looked through the open door. She saw him. Alex. Walking toward a car. Inside sat an old, rich-looking woman. Elegant. Cold. Waiting. Alex leaned down and kissed her. Softly. Like Lucy didn't exist. Like the woman carrying his child meant nothing. Then he got into the car, and just like that, they drove away. Lucy screamed. Not just from pain anymore, but from betrayal. From heartbreak. From shock. "Elise, please." But the car disappeared. Gone. Leaving her behind. On the floor. Alone. In labor. Minutes passed, or maybe hours. Lucy didn't even know anymore. She cried. She screamed. Her voice became weaker and weaker, until neighbors heard her. They rushed in. "Oh my God. She's in labor. Quick, carry her." They
my
lifted
God,
her
she's in
gently
labor.
and rushed her to the hospital.
I got you.
The hospital
We're
doors
lifting you now.
burst open. Nurses rushed toward her. "Get her to the labor room now."
Please.
Lucy was placed on a bed,
with us, Nana.
her body
I'm okay.
shaking,
You okay?
her eyes half open, her strength fading. Then she heard another scream, louder than hers. She turned her head weakly. On the next bed, another woman, also in labor, crying, screaming. But her pain looked worse. Much worse. Time passed. Pain, sweat, tears. Then finally, a baby's cry filled the room. Lucy had given birth. A beautiful baby. But she was too weak to even look. Her eyes slowly closed, and everything went dark. When Lucy woke up, the room was quiet. Too quiet. She turned her head slowly. A nurse stood beside her, and next to her, a small baby. Wrapped. Sleeping. "This is your baby," the nurse said softly. Lucy smiled weakly, her heart warming for the first time. She reached out. But then a loud cry interrupted. Sharp. Desperate. Lonely. Lucy turned. On the next bed, a baby, crying uncontrollably. No one was holding her. No one was near her. Just alone, Lucy frowned. "Whose baby is that?" she asked weakly. The nurse hesitated. "That was the woman who came in when you arrived." Lucy's heart dropped. "Where is she?" The nurse looked down, silent, then slowly shook her head.
is her
"The mother is in the morgue." "What?" Lucy gasped, her eyes widening in shock. "What happened?" "She didn't make it," the nurse said softly. Lucy stared at the crying baby, her tiny hands shaking, her cries filling the room. Alone. Completely alone. "Then who will take care of her?" Lucy whispered. Before the nurse could answer, the door opened. A man walked in, his eyes red, swollen, like he had cried all night. He walked slowly to the baby, then dropped to his knees beside her and broke down. "Why me?" he cried. "Why?" Lucy stared at the man on his knees. His shoulders were shaking, his voice broken, her chest tightened. Even in her own pain, she felt his. She turned slowly to the nurse, her voice weak. "Who is he?" The nurse sighed softly. "That's her husband. The baby's father." She paused. "They've been married for years. No child. Nothing. After 7 years, she finally got pregnant." Another pause. "And now this." Lucy looked back at the crying baby, then at the man. He looked like someone who had lost everything in one day. Her heart ached for him. Then, a sharp beep came from Lucy's phone. She picked it up slowly. Her eyes scanned the screen, and suddenly her face changed. Confusion, then shock, then fear. "All my money," she whispered. Every single dollar she had saved. Gone. Withdrawn, her hands started shaking. There was only one person who could have done that. Alex. Her husband. The same man who left her on the floor while she was in labor. No. No. Alex wouldn't. Her lips trembled. But deep down, she knew. Just then, another nurse walked in. "Madam, your bill," she said, handing Lucy a paper. Lucy collected it slowly. Her eyes moved across the numbers. Her heart dropped. It was too much. Way too much. And now she had nothing. Not a single dollar left. Tears gathered in her eyes. She picked up her phone immediately, her fingers shaking as she dialed Alex's number. "He has to pick up. He has to," she whispered. Meanwhile, at the airport, Alex stood beside a well-dressed older woman. Elegant, confident, rich. Elizabeth. He held her handbag carefully, like it was something precious. Then he leaned in and kissed her. "Hope you're not stressed, sweetheart?" Alex asked gently. Elizabeth smiled. "Not really." "Come, sit down," Alex said quickly. "Let me give you a little massage." He held her carefully, almost worshipping her, and guided her to a seat. Then he knelt and began massaging her legs. Carefully, patiently, apologizing for any stress she might feel. Something he had never done for Lucy. Not once. Not in 3 years of marriage. Lucy, the same woman who fed him, clothed him, and paid all the bills. After he lost his job, she carried everything. Alone. And never complained. There was a day she came home tired but excited. "Alex, I found a job for you," she said, smiling. "So you won't have to stay at home anymore." Alex's face changed instantly. "You're trying to insult me?" He snapped out. Lucy's smile faded. No, that's not what I." Before she could finish, he snatched the letter from her hand, tore it into pieces, and threw it in her face. And still, Lucy stayed. Loved him. Respected him. Carried his child. Back at the airport, Alex's phone rang. He glanced at the screen. "Lucy." He frowned slightly, then picked it up. "Hi, Alex." Lucy's voice came in. Soft. Trembling. Scared. "I just gave birth." There was a pause. A moment where anything could have happened. Where he could have asked if she was okay. If the baby was fine. But instead, he ended the call. Just like that. Back in the hospital, Lucy stared at her phone. Still holding it. Still hoping. But the line was dead. Slowly, tears rolled down her face. Hot. Heavy. Unstoppable. She couldn't believe it. The man she called her husband had abandoned her at the exact moment she needed him the most. Across the room, the baby kept crying. Louder now. Restless. Hungry. The man paced back and forth, helplessly. "I don't know what to do," he cried to the doctor. "She's not eating. She won't stop crying." His voice broke again. "I haven't even eaten. I don't know what to do." Lucy watched him. Watched the baby. Her tiny hands shaking in the air, crying for something she couldn't explain. After a while, the man walked slowly toward Lucy. His eyes swollen. His face tired. Broken. He stopped in front of her, then folded his hands. "Please," he said, his voice shaking. "Ma, please." Lucy looked at him, confused. "Can you help me breastfeed my baby?" he said. Even saying the words was hard for him. "Just for today, please." Tears fell from his eyes. "I don't know what else to do." Lucy's heart broke again. But this time, not for herself. For him. For that baby. "You don't have to beg," Lucy said softly. "I will help." She carried the baby gently. The baby stopped crying almost immediately, as if she had been waiting. Lucy held her close and fed her. Slowly, calmly, lovingly. The room became quiet. The baby's cries faded. Then she fell asleep. Peacefully, the man broke down again, but this time it wasn't just pain. It was relief. "Thank you. Thank you so much," he said. My name is Pius. Lucy nodded weakly. Lucy. They exchanged a few quiet words. Then he carried his baby carefully, held her close, and walked out. Still broken, but not completely lost anymore. The room became quiet again. Too quiet. Lucy picked up her phone once more. Called Alex. Again, and again, and again. But the number you are calling is not reachable. Her heart sank. She tried his social media. Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook. One by one she checked. And froze. Blocked. 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 Everywhere. Lucy slowly lowered the phone. Her hands shaking. Her chest tight. Her world crashing. She turned and looked at her baby. So small. So innocent. So unaware of everything happening. Tears rolled down her face like a river. Uncontrollable. Silent. Heavy. She whispered softly, "What am I going to do?" Lucy was still staring at her baby, tears quietly falling down her face, when suddenly her phone rang. She picked it up weakly. "Hello." The voice on the other end was rushed. "Lucy, where are you? Your landlord is outside. He's throwing your things out." Lucy froze. Her heart skipped. "What?" "He's pulling everything outside. Your boxes, your clothes. Everything." Lucy's hands started shaking. No. No. This can't be happening. Her breath became uneven. She quickly dialed her landlord. He picked up almost immediately, but his voice was filled with anger. Pure anger. "Lucy, I've been waiting for you people," he shouted. "The grace period I gave you is over." Lucy's voice broke instantly. "Please, sir. Please listen to me. I tried calling your husband today," he snapped. "And do you know what he did?" Lucy held her breath. "He insulted me," the landlord shouted. "Insulted me. He told me to give him a few months, that he will buy all my houses and turn me into his own tenant." Before I could say anything, he cut the call. "Please, sir," Lucy cried. "I just gave birth. I'm in the hospital. My husband." Call ended. Lucy stared at her phone. Silent. Still. Then slowly the phone slipped from her hand, and she broke. Completely. Her body shook with uncontrollable sobs. "The hospital bill. My home. My things." Her voice cracked. "Where am I going to take my baby?" Everything was gone. At once, with trembling hands, she picked up her phone again. This time she called her mother-in-law. The phone rang and rang. Then it was answered. "Hello?" Lucy didn't even waste time. She poured everything out. "I gave birth. Alex left me. He followed another woman. All my money is gone. I have nowhere to go." Her voice was breaking with every word. Then silence. Complete silence. Lucy waited. Hoping. Praying. For comfort. For kindness. For something. Then her mother-in-law spoke. Cold. Sharp. "Aren't you the one that always told him to go and find work?" Lucy blinked in confusion. "What? He has found work now," the woman continued. "And you are complaining?" Lucy's chest tightened. "Mother, I said he followed another woman." "Yes," she cut in immediately. "A woman that will not complain when she gives him money. A good woman. A rich woman. A caring woman." Each word felt like a knife. "You couldn't take care of him properly. You kept pushing him to go and work. Now he has gone for work, and you are complaining." Lucy didn't speak. She couldn't. It felt like the world had stopped. Like everything inside her had shattered. The call ended. And Lucy just sat there. Empty. Broken. The next morning, Lucy sat quietly on the hospital bed. Her baby beside her. Her eyes swollen. Dry. She had cried so much there were no tears left. The door opened. A doctor walked in, his face serious. "Madam," he said flatly, "we are yet to receive your payment." Lucy looked up slowly. Her lips trembled. "Please, doctor. I don't have any money." The doctor's expression didn't change. "Then you cannot go home. And the longer you stay," he continued, "the more your bill increases. Every single day." Lucy covered her mouth in shock. "More? It's still increasing?" "Please," she whispered. "Is there any way I can stop the bill from increasing?" The doctor paused, then said coldly, "The only way is to leave the bed." Lucy frowned slightly. "What? You will sleep on the floor?" he said. "In the corridor. The bill for the bed will stop." Lucy watched him turn to leave. Desperation rose inside her. "Wait," she called, her voice shaking. The doctor stopped and turned. "What is it?" Lucy swallowed hard. "Please, can I work here?" The doctor frowned. "Work? Yes," she said quickly. "My salary. You can use it to deduct my bill." The doctor looked at her from head to toe. "Do you have any nursing skills?" "No, doctor. But I can clean," she said quickly. I can mop, wash, anything. The doctor let out a short, dry laugh. Did we tell you we are looking for cleaners? Madam, he said harshly. You came into the hospital with no money. People like you are the reason hospitals now demand deposits before treatment, even in emergencies. Lucy felt the words hit her like blows, one after another, without mercy. Then he turned and walked out. A few minutes later, 2 nurses walked in, their faces expressionless. Madam, one of them said, we've been instructed to remove you from the bed. Lucy looked up slowly. What? Please stand up. Weak. Tired. Still in pain, Lucy slowly got up. They carried her things and placed them outside in the hallway. Then they took her baby and placed the baby beside her. On the floor, the ground was cold. Hard. Unforgiving. Lucy sat there, holding her baby tightly, her body shivering, tears sliding silently down her face. People walked past. Some looked. Some didn't. But no one stopped. Lucy lowered her head, pressed her baby closer to her chest, and whispered, I'm sorry. Meanwhile, far away from everything Lucy was going through, Alex had just landed in America. The cold air hit his face as he stepped out of the airport. Everything looked different. Cleaner. Bigger. Better. Or at least, that's what he thought. Elizabeth led him to her house. Alex was smiling the whole way, his eyes shining like a man who just escaped poverty. When they finally got inside, Alex threw his hands wide open and shouted excitedly, I love America. His voice echoed in the house. Loud. Too loud. Then a voice came from inside one of the rooms. Deep. Cold. Who was making that noise? Alex paused. His smile slowly faded. Elizabeth just laughed softly. Don't mind him, she said. That's your stepson. Alex smiled again, trying to act confident. Oh, okay. He cleared his throat, then said playfully, Hi, stepson. Your daddy is here. Silence. For a second. Then heavy footsteps. Slow. Loud. Getting closer. Alex's heart started beating faster. Something didn't feel right. The door opened slowly, and then a man stepped out. Huge. Tall. Strong. Like a giant. He looked older than Alex. Much older. His face was serious. No smile. No warmth. Alex's mouth went dry. He turned slowly to Elizabeth. Is this your son? He whispered, his voice almost disappearing. Yes, Elizabeth replied calmly. That's my last son. Alex froze. His brain couldn't process it. Your son? The man walked closer. Each step heavy. Intentional. Then he stopped right in front of Alex, reached out his hand, and grabbed Alex by the jaw. Tight. Painful. Alex gasped. His eyes widened in fear. The man leaned closer, his voice low and dangerous. Don't you ever, in your entire life, call me that nonsense again. Alex nodded quickly. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. His voice shaking. His heart pounding so fast it felt like it would jump out of his chest. The man released him suddenly and shoved him. Hard. Alex fell back onto the couch, breathing heavily, sweating, confused. This wasn't the life he imagined. Not even close. Back at the hospital, Lucy was still sitting on the cold floor, her baby in her arms, her body weak, her eyes tired. She hadn't eaten. She hadn't slept. She hadn't even cried again. She was just empty. Then someone walked toward her. Slowly. Carefully. Lucy. She looked up. Her vision blurry. Then she saw him. Pius thought he froze when he saw her. His face changed immediately. Shock. Confusion. Anger. Lucy. What are you still doing here? He asked, his voice filled with concern. And why are you on the floor? Lucy tried to speak, but her lips trembled. Her throat was tight. Tears filled her eyes again. I haven't paid my hospital bill, she whispered. They said I can't leave. Pius' face darkened. What? They removed me from the room, she continued, and told me to stay here until I pay. Pius clenched his fists. His jaw tightened. Without another word, he turned and walked straight to the doctor's office. The door opened loudly. What is wrong with you people? He shouted. The doctor looked up, surprised. How can you treat a woman like this? Pius continued. She just gave birth. She is a nursing mother. This is wickedness. The doctor tried to explain, but Pius didn't even let him finish. He pulled out his phone and transferred the money immediately. A few minutes later, a nurse came running. Sir, we've received the payment. Thank you. Don't thank me. Pius snapped, his eyes cold. You will hear from my lawyer. The room went silent. Pius walked back to Lucy. It's done, he said gently. Your bill has been paid. Lucy stared at him, like she didn't hear properly. What? You're free to go. Lucy's lips trembled. Her eyes filled with tears. Then suddenly she slid down, kneeling in front of him, crying. Thank you. Thank you so much. Please, stand up, Pius said quickly. You don't have to do that. He helped her up gently, then looked at her. Where do you live? I'll drop you. Lucy looked away, silent. I will find my way, she said softly. Pius frowned. Where do you stay? That was when Lucy broke again. She told him everything. How Alex left. How he took all her money. How her landlord threw her things outside. How she had nowhere to go. Pius listened quietly, his face softening with every word. When she finished, he took a deep breath, then said, You can stay with me. Lucy looked up suddenly, shock all over her face. I have a boys' quarters in my house, he continued. You can stay there until you figure things out. Lucy's lips parted slowly. She couldn't believe it. Are you serious? She whispered. Pius nodded. Tears rolled down Lucy's face again. But this time they were different. Not just pain, but relief. She nodded slowly. Pius carried his baby. Lucy carried hers. And together they walked out at Pius' house. The gate opened slowly. Lucy stepped in and froze. Her eyes widened. Her mouth slightly open. The house was huge. Beautiful. Like something from a movie. She had never seen anything like it before. A maid came forward and led her. This is your place, she said. Lucy walked in and froze again. It wasn't just a room. It was a full house. Clean. Big. Comfortable. Bigger than where she used to live. Lucy slowly turned around, still in shock. For the first time in days, she smiled. Days passed. Lucy took care of both babies. Her own child, and Pius' child. She fed them, held them, sang to them. She didn't treat one differently. To her, they were both hers. She even started calling them her twins, and something beautiful began to happen. The baby that used to cry all the time started smiling. Every time she was in Lucy's arms, she became calm, peaceful, happy. Sometimes Pius would stand quietly by the door, watching how his baby, who refused to eat, now slept peacefully in Lucy's arms. Watching how the woman who lost everything was still able to give so much love. And slowly, something began to grow in his heart. Something he didn't expect. Something he wasn't ready for. Meanwhile, for Alex, things did not go the way he imagined. Not even close to at first. He thought he had escaped suffering. He thought he had chosen a better life. A richer life. An easier life. But reality came fast, and it came hard. Every morning, Alex woke up before everyone. Not to rest, not to relax, but to work. He cooked. He cleaned. He mopped the floor. He washed clothes, even Elizabeth's grown children's clothes. And if he made a mistake, even a small one, he was shouted at. Not like a child. Worse, like a servant. Then came the worst part. The nights. No matter how tired he was, no matter how weak his body felt, he was never allowed to rest. Elizabeth always wanted more. More attention. More energy. More of him. And Alex could never say no. Even when his body was shaking, even when his eyes couldn't stay open, he still had to obey. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. His body started breaking down. His back ached constantly. His hands started peeling from too much washing, because every day, after doing house chores, he would go to Elizabeth's restaurant and stand there from morning till night washing plates. Hundreds of them. Big ones. Heavy ones. Endless ones. His fingers burned. His back bent. His spirit slowly died. And in those quiet moments, when no one was shouting at him, when no one was watching him, he started thinking about Lucy. Lucy, who never insulted him. Lucy, who fed him. Lucy, who stood by him when he had nothing. He closed his eyes one day and whispered, I made a mistake. But it was too late. One night, Alex dragged himself back home. His body weak. His steps slow. All he wanted was to sleep. He opened the bedroom door and froze. Elizabeth was there. Sitting. Smiling. And beside her, two of her friends. Watching him, his heart dropped. Elizabeth looked at him calmly. Freshen up, Alex, she said, her voice soft but dangerous. Me and my friends are waiting for you. Alex's ears rang. His body went cold. Before she could even finish, he collapsed. His body hit the floor. Hard. Unconscious. Days later, something changed in Alex. He started thinking. Planning. Desperate. I have to leave. I can't die here. But he couldn't go back home empty-handed. No. He knew people would laugh at him, mock him, reject him. So he made a plan. A dangerous one. That day, Alex stole Elizabeth's debit card. His hands were shaking, his heart racing. He withdrew all the money he could, stuffed it into a bag, then ran straight to the airport. His eyes kept moving. Left, right, sweat dripping down his face. Just a little more. I just need to get on that plane. But fate was waiting. Before he could escape, he was caught. Right there. At the airport. And that was the beginning of his worst nightmare. 5 years. 5 long years in prison. Years that felt like forever. No comfort. No respect. No freedom. Just suffering. Pain. Regret. Every night he saw Lucy's face. The day he pushed her. The day she cried. The day he left her. And every time, he wished he could go back. But time doesn't go backwards. After 5 years, Alex was released. Deported back to his country. But he was no longer the same man. His body looked weak. His clothes torn. His face rough. He looked like a shadow of who he used to be. But one thing remained. Lucy. He had to find her. And somehow, he did. That day, Alex stood in front of a beautiful house. His hands shaking. He knocked. The door opened. Then Lucy stepped out, holding a baby. Alex froze. For a moment, Lucy didn't recognize him. She looked closely, confused. Then her eyes widened slightly. Alex. Yes, he whispered. Lucy's face hardened instantly. What are you doing here? Alex dropped to his knees immediately. Please, forgive me, he cried. It was a mistake. It was the devil. Tears rolled down his face. If not for me, then for my child, he said quickly, pointing at the baby. You can see he looks like me. Look at how he's staring at me, like he knows me. Daddy, Daddy. Lucy stared at him in silence. Then she laughed. Cold, sharp. I think prison has damaged your brain, she said. Alex froze. You left 5 years ago, she continued. And you're calling a 9-month-old baby yours? Reality hit him. Hard. Then whose baby is that? He whispered. Before Lucy could answer, a voice came from outside. Babe, are you ready? Alex turned. A man stepped forward. Clean, confident, powerful, Pius. Lucy smiled softly. I'm ready, dear. Pius walked closer and kissed her. Alex's heart shattered. Who is this? Pius asked. Lucy looked at Alex. That's Alex. My ex. What? Pius frowned. What is he doing here? I don't know. Lucy said calmly. To Alex's hands started shaking. I want you, he said suddenly, his voice desperate. I don't care if you're married. You can divorce him. I'll take you back. I know you can't love anyone the way you love me. Security. Lucy cut him off instantly. Cold. Firm. Throw this man out. Pius said. Point to security. Men rushed forward. Alex panicked. He grabbed Lucy's leg. Please. Don't do this to me. Lucy looked down at him. No emotion. Alex, she said slowly, don't delay us. We're going for our 7th international vacation this year. She pulled her leg away sharply. And please, take your dirty hands off me. The same way he pushed her 5 years ago. The security guards dragged him away as he screamed. Begged. Cried. Then he saw them. 2 children. A boy and a girl. Same age. Like twins. They ran out happily. Mummy. Daddy. They hugged Lucy, then Pius. Alex stood frozen. Watching. Broken. As the family walked past him and entered a luxurious bus, heading to the airport for their next vacation. And for the first time, Alex understood that all that glitters are not gold. Where are you watching from? Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.